Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. I am your host, Dan the Man, and I am here with Goth8 Quinn. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, for those watching and future watching, Goth8 Quinn, she is the photographer and CEO of Harl's Photography. She's an 11-time pageant. Would you say winner? Is that the
I
appropriate?
have 11 crowns
11 crowns.
currently.
Yep. She is also the pinup group, the Cherry Bomb Betty. And then we also have the other group, the three Mascator Crafts.
Three Musketeer crafts.
Three Musketeer Crafts. So make sure to follow and support that. Thank you for being on the show. Is there anything that you have coming up, any events or anything that we should know about?
Well, I know that not anything coming up soon because actually I am traveling a lot. But I know in September, the Cherry Bomb Buddies will be out in Dayton with Dayton Valley Days. That's in Dayton, Nevada. In October 11th, I'm also the CEO of a nonprofit called Tracy Pride. So we will be having the Pride event in Tracy, California.
All right. So make sure to follow those events. So let's move on to the honors segment. This is where Dan the Man honors guest. You don't have a lot of fancy animation, so this is where your people use their imagination and just listen to the words that I have to say. So
Go.
So we here like to go ahead and honor Goth8 Quinn for taking time out of her busy day to do Dan-A-Plooza. We know it's a good show and it's always a fun show. Our show is kind of exploded into pinup mania because we've had many pinup girls living in the pinup world. But we'd like to thank you. You wear many different hats with everything that you do for the photography, for the pinup girls, the nonprofit. So we thank you very much for taking time and just being an amazing pinup girl. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
So that is our honors segment. Now we are going to shift gears. I haven't decided what shift sound, to make. There are some people who want me to like, make like some kind of, yeah.
That's what makes fun of me. I make a lot of sounds when I'm talking. I'll be all.
We're gonna let Goth8 Quinn decide how the rest of the show goes. So we have three options here.
Okay.
Option one, you can select. We can do the questions first and then impressions after. Option number two, you can do the impressions first and then the questions, or the popular mixed bag. You can do a question and then I'll do an impression, and we can go that way.
Let's go with the popular. I kind of like the mix.
All
I think
right.
that'll be a little fun.
Mixed bag it is. Usually wins 95% of the time.
Yeah, I've watched quite a few of your shows. I think it's a little fun.
All right. So my first question for you is what made you decide to form the Cherry Bomb Betties?
Well, I didn't technically form it. I am one of the founders.
Yes.
Technically, but actually it was a group of women that we all kind of got together and decided to do a social group just to kind of promote more nonprofits, because we found a lot of us in pinup have found a love for helping nonprofits or social issues. And so we thought, if we're always out volunteering and always dressed up anyway, why don't we get together and do it as a group? And so it started in Nevada with my good friend Tasha, or Bryn Noir, her and her mom, Miss Bob Shaw Babs. And then one other lady, and then it kind of grew immediately down into California. And so then once we got into Cali, we grew a little bit more and more. So it was one group, then we split into two because we kind of got a little bit too big. And we kind of decided, hey, let's do California nonprofits along with Nevada nonprofits. And then recently, last week, we just released that we now have a Florida chapter. And I believe we've got quite a few girls under that chapter. So in the next few years, you might see way more chapters coming up, but a lot of it has to do with women who love volunteering for nonprofits for different social issues. And a lot of the issues are, services of some types, like veterans, first responders, firefighters, animal rights, human rights. So a lot of our ideas are very similar, and so it's like, why not get together and do it? Because what happens when you go out to an event and you see a whole bunch of beautiful women dressed up? You stop. What's going on? Hey. And so it's kind of like we solicit for nonprofits, we help raise funds for them. And then we also use our platform on our social media to give them more reach, because some of us do have, more followers. And so it kind of platforms that. I know this coming weekend, we are doing one, and I gotta look it up because I don't want to mess up the event. And it's like Angel Wings, but we're actually part of this event, and it's a nonprofit that just started out in Nevada. It's called Eight Engines for Angels. And it actually one of the car groups that we are kind of affiliated, called Good Enough Stuff Car Company, car club, out in Nevada. One of their founders' children have this disorder, and why I can't figure out what the disorder is. I'm so sorry. Here I'm trying to provoke them, and I'm like, the child has a why can't I figure this out? I see it. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to be so mad at myself later on that I can't get this right. I think it is called Angelman syndrome. So they're raising funds to advocate for this disorder for this child, but not just for the one child, but also for the foundation. And so they're putting on a car show. They're putting on a whole bunch of events in Nevada. And so we're actually part of that partnership. We go out, we start soliciting for the event. We start helping them, so that way they have more, like I said, more reach. We go out, we volunteer. So we're the cleanup crew, we're the just soliciting crew, we're the, closing everything up. We help pass things out. We're doing anything and everything that we can. And yes, we're fully cute and adorable while we're doing it. There have been times I've had to clean toilets during events. We just do what we can to help a nonprofit, because a lot of times they need the volunteers. They need people to come out and help. And so, like I said, I know this coming weekend out in Nevada, they're going to be doing this event. So that's just kind of what we do, and why we started the Cherry Bomb Betties. It's just a whole bunch of women coming together to say, hey, we could volunteer, we could help out and look good while we're doing it.
Yeah. There, when you were saying, when there's a bunch of pretty women and people stop, the the song that stopped in my head was "Stop, Collaborate, and Listen." Pinup girls have a new thing to say.
Yeah, and we've got it a lot of times. So you're walking around and you have like four or five girls with parasols walking around, and people stop. They go, "What's going on? Can I take a photo with you?" Yes, of course. What are you here for? This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, wow, that's a great idea." And it's like, I was with a different group called the Victory Bombshells, and that's here in California, Northern California, and the Bay Area. Same thing, same philosophy. It was just a group of girls that got together and started doing nonprofit work. Amazing group also. You've got the mid-century mavens out in Sacramento, California, doing the same thing. You've got diamond damsels down in Watsonville. They do a lot of things down seaside of California. But you've got pinup groups throughout the country who are all doing virtually about the same thing. They get together, to help nonprofits raise awareness, raise funds, and to get more information out to individuals that might need it.
Exactly. That's is what I have learned through this whole experience, throughout this whole pinup journey, is that the giving back. The pinups that I've talked to is the North Cal pinup group.
Oh, the NorCal Pinups. Yep. And they're over in Santa Rosa, California. They're same thing. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of us here in California, but you've got Nevada, you've got Arizona, that I'm constantly, because on top of doing everything that I do, I run different groups on Facebook. So I've got the West Coast Pinup, I've got West Coast, Midwest, and then I've got East Coast. So I deal with every group in the United States, and sometimes even out of in international waters also. Just soliciting and promoting for them, helping people, get out there to, let us know that these events are going on, because we've got some pinups who travel to so many different states. I know myself, I've traveled at least to 4 or 5 different states for pinup events. And a lot of it has to do with just, helping the nonprofit world advocate for them. I know we had still runs over in, I think, North Carolina with Miss Raisin Hale. I love my girl, Sarah. She's one of the reasons why I get my southern accent sometimes. But it was about, helping children who had been sexually abused or abused in general. And so they raise a lot of money throughout the year. And this is one of their big events that it helps this nonprofit stay afloat. And I just absolutely adore her. I absolutely adore a lot of, there's Onyx out in Pennsylvania. You have Pepper Sharp out in Florida. These are powerful women out there just fundraising so much for nonprofits. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing pinup. It's using something that I never realized I had to, continue my nonprofit work. Because I've been doing nonprofit work since the 80s. I can remember my first nonprofit that I worked with. And, over the decades, I think it's been over 50 plus nonprofits that I've been a part of. And it doesn't stop me that like 20 years later, the people don't sit there and go, hey, Goth8, Quinn, we need you back. We need you to do that. Okay, I drop it and I go out and I help. Because I believe that, these nonprofits are amazing. And if they need me, why wouldn't I go to help? So.
Now that was great information. We've had some of them on here. We've had Onyx Graves has been on here. Yeah. We've had Miss Raisin Hell on here. So let's get to spin the wheel of impressions and see what it lands on today. Here's our wheel.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So I see your names. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do.
I see you.
I see what you were doing there. We can do some impressions.
Yep. And it landed on Popeye. All right. Are you ready?
Go.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a garbage can. I eat my spinach. Oh, Popeye, I need help. Me olive oil. Is there a problem with Mr. Bluto again? I would happily change you for a hamburger today. Oh, Fritzy. Oh, my sweet pea. All right, so there we go. So that was Popeye impression. Some of it's from Robin Williams.
I was gonna say best movie. I loved him in.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. One of my favorite movies. It's funny.
All right, let us spin one more time.
And who are we gonna get?
It's Ren and Stimpy.
How are you gonna do, Ren or Stimpy?
All right, well, probably both.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Done.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy. It's Log from Blammo. Runs over your neighbor's dog. It's Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Everyone get a log. Hey there, Billy. I see you need some powdered toast. It's Powdered Toast Man. Stevie, you idiot. Why would you do such a thing? Oh, Ren, I'm just so happy you're here. All right, there we go.
Which is sad. I watched that when I was in my 20s.
I actually met the voice actor, one of the voice actors who did the voice of Powder Toast Man last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And he did Powder Toast Man, and then he was Professor Xavier for one of the X-Men series.
Nice.
And he would always, his line was always be, he had two lines that were always repeated again. He would always go, "Where's Kitty? Where's Kitty?" Like he's always looking for his cat. And then he'd be like, "Where's Logan?"
Well, where's the kitty? Kitty.
Where's the kitty? Where's Logan? More importantly. And he wrote on my DVD, "Where's Logan? Where's Kitty?" You know? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
The cat's probably easier to find than Logan.
Right.
But that is two of the impressions that we've done. Is there one that you want me to do in particular? You want to go back to a question? What would you like to do?
You know what? I forgot all the ones that I said. Let's go to questions for now. I'll give you a break.
Okay. All right. What are some of your favorite pinup girl magazines that you have been in?
Let me see. I think my first favorite. It was one of the ones that I got a cover on Bombshell magazine out in England. That definitely was a goal that I reached, and I was just like, yes, I finally did it. That was kind of one of those key moments in my pinup career where I was like, okay, I did it. And then let's see, some of my other favorites. I'll start with the international ones. Would be Wonderland Pinup. That's over in France. So I love to communicate with them because I have to practice my French. I actually, now as a photographer, I partnered up with Wonderland Pinup. So that was actually really phenomenal because I remember getting a cover a year or two ago. And so then them to reach out and go, oh, can you partner with us now? And I'm like, yay! Oh my God, this is so fun. Let's see, Melissa, I'm bad with names. Remember I told you, Dollface Digest. Of course, I cannot not say Miss Raina Marshall. Her magazines I've also partnered with. So we have Piston Highway, we have Gears and Glamour, and then we also have Vixen's Vanity magazine. And if I said anything backwards, it's because I'm dyslexic. Don't hate me. But I love partnering with her. She's amazing. She's just really good people. But we've also got so many other ones because you've got Atomic Beauties. You've got, of course, Retro Lovely is probably one of the longest. God rest Michael's soul. Like, miss him so much. But you've got quite a few really good magazines. You've got quite a few. Let's see. I see Goldie is out in Florida. Hers is Dream Beauty, I think it's Dream Beauty magazine. And then you've got Pinup Dream. There's so many. I legitly have a file that has all the names all their themes throughout the year. And so I have a lot of my pinup friends who will go, hey, when's the military went up? Who's doing this? Or who's doing this? Or how do I do, okay, let me look at the list. Let me look at my thing. Here it is. This is what month. This is what, who does that submit to? So when it comes to magazine, I think Rocket magazine was one of my favorites, and they closed down recently, which broke my heart. You have Pinup Culture, another one that was really a good one, that I haven't really seen too much lately. Kind of breaks my heart because these were really good magazines, but I think with the economy, it's really hard for models to get photo shoots and submit anymore. So, but magazines, there's so many of them, and I have to say that a lot of these publishers and editors are amazing, and I appreciate every one of them.
It is. It takes the time to, do the magazine, the layout, and how it's presented, and then what I've really, because I've collected a few of the Pinup Girl magazines. There's one from I don't know if you know Alice Von Valor. She's a pinup girl. She has one where she is with the King Kong prop. Like she's the girl in the King Kong, fist. And what I like about it is and what I've noticed just generally in pinup photos and magazines, they're bright. They're good with their layouts. They're good use of photography and light and color. And it's not like too much, when you're looking at that. It's a very.
I was gonna say I've got no joke. I have an old fashioned magazine holder, no joke, from the 50s. And I have probably about 50 magazines in them. I've also got magazines up there that are my covers. I've got magazines everywhere. My husband keeps telling me, you can't leave them out. The grandkids can't see them. Sometimes covers could be a little risque. And, I've got a granddaughter who's 9, so be a little bit too much. So grandma's got to put stuff away, which is really weird that I'm a grandma. But some of these photos, I'm like, okay. But I've got so many of these magazines. And like I said, I couldn't, on the top of my head, unless I'm pulling up the list, I can, the names are who? I can't remember stuff. So, Opie, set, please. Sorry, it's my little bulldog.
All right, so let's spin the wheel again.
It's like a wheel of fortune. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. All right. And it landed on Family Guy. So.
Oh. Okay, let's see. Who are you gonna do with Family Guy?
Are you ready?
Go.
Peter, what are you doing, Peter? I swear, Lois, I'm trying to listen to Surfing Bird. Bird the word.
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all day. That one was such a bad.
Do you have Surfing Bird? I'm sorry, a dog and a baby bought all our last 10 records earlier. I thought that would be big news. You thought, what would Brian Doubt? Oh, I thought Surfing Bird.
Yeah, right?
Shut up, Meg. Yeah, Meg. Okay, Chris, you ready to go get some, slacks and pants? I want jeans. You're getting slacks. All right.
Yeah, so we always go giggity, giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity, go.
Giggity, giggity.
That's nasty there, Glenn.
Right? Cleveland. That was the other show. The Cleveland show. Yeah.
Yep. How they just have a bear.
Right.
Exactly.
You remember that one?
It's Cleveland. All right. Okay. What is the thing? Okay. It landed on Invader Zim.
Couldn't tell you this one, but you do.
Okay, here we go. Grr, what does the G stand for? I don't know. I'm gonna sing the Doom song now. Doom 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 de doom doom de doom doom de doom de doom de doo de doo de doom doo de doo de doom 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 doom. 24 hours later. Doom 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 doom. Grr, can you please stop singing that song? Doom doom. Okay, what's next? Grr, why did you empty it? To make room for the tuna? Oh, it's advanced. All right, so there we go. But yep, you have Gur, who is the small robot that has to assist and help Invader Zim.
I know that I have a few photos. It's only because, like I said, the husband liked that cartoon. So. If I see it, sometimes I'll pick it up and be like, "Hey, Heavy, look!" And be like, "Oh yeah, he knows."
Well, so
it's after my time of watching cartoons.
So the person who did the voice for Invader Zim, Richard Horvitz, also did the voice for Daggett in Angry Beavers. He was also Alpha 5 in the Power Rangers. And he was also Billy in Billy and Mandy.
So. Things I don't know. I'm literally looking at you going, do I know any of those? No. Well, my husband will watch this and be like, oh, I know that. I know that. It's like, when you're screaming on the, you're just like doom scrolling.
Yeah.
We'll do the, do you know these songs or do you know these cartoons? I know all the old cartoons. He knows all the new ones. And I know, but he's pretty good about songs. We could both know like songs from the 1800s all the way up until current. More current, though, in the last, I would say 10 years, it would be me, not him. He's like, it's that music. He literally, so what is it? Billie Eilish, all her songs, he literally will sit there and go, A, E, O, U. And I'm like, he's like, everything is like just consonants or vowels or whatever. And I'm like, really? Like, he goes, look, all they're saying is C or D or E. And I'm like,
Blacktop Billie Eilish.
No, he does. And he's like, they mumble. It's all mumble rap. But he liked, actual rap. So he loves to really put me in place. And so right now I'm listening to a lot of rave music. Mm-hmm. And he's like, why are you doing that? And I said, baby, because in the 90s, I was at the raves. I do like techno. I do love raves. I just like that kind of music sometimes. He laughs at me. He goes, you just go through different music. Like you heard me earlier, I'm listening to 1940s, 50s. That's normally always going in my house. But I'm an eclectic when it comes to music. I collect everything from the 70s when it comes to albums. And 80s, because I do love my 80s pop. So, yeah, like music.
Are we talking like 80s pop, like the Bangles,
like Madonna, like
Duran Duran, Devo?
Oh, honey, I used to like. Did you know the band Samhain?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I also got into really like death metal back in the day. So everybody's like, oh yeah, Metallica, and I'm like, yeah, no. I'm talking like Samhain kind of music. And they're like, what? Who's that? And I'm like, oh, if you don't know who it is, don't worry about it. Yeah, I got into like, I guess, what was it in the early 2000s? They started calling it Screamo. And I was like, what? They have changed heavy metal, what they call heavy metal, because now they have like Bon Jovi as heavy metal. And I was like, what? Who said he was heavy metal? No, like all the hair bands are all heavy metal. And I was like, okay, that I could see for the most part. Not everyone was, you've got like the chili, what is it? The
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Thank you. Because my brain just went, bleh. I love dyslexia. I swear, it just loves to play with me. But they were more poppy rock. And now they're heavy metal. And now they don't even call it heavy metal. Now they call it classic rock. I'm like, shut up. They're not classic. Nirvana was the top of their game, in the 90s. Loved Nirvana. But again, not really heavy metal. It's more pop rock, It's what we called it. But now they say, oh, it's heavy metal, classic rock. I'm like, dang, we go into Walmart or, any kind of Target. Now we're listening to our kind of music, from the 80s. Like, I'm that old. I've reached that age. Dang it. I'm at elevator music.
All right. As we begin to wrap things up, is there anything else you would like to say on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap things up today?
No, actually. I think that anybody getting into Pinup, one of my best suggestion is find a mentor, find a Pinup mama. I always tell everybody I'm a Pinup mama. Find somebody that you could just kind of relate to and get to know and see how it goes, because a lot of us are entrepreneurs. We are really amazing women. I can't tell you how many of us don't own our own businesses. I know for myself, I do photography. I've been doing it for over 30 years. I love it. The Three Musketeer Crafts is because I make my own clothes. So yes, I did make my outfit. I make a lot of my clothes. And so I do make them for other people sometimes. I'm so OCD, it kind of gets me in trouble. But I think that, a lot of us have our own artistic flair. So you've got a lot of hairdresser, makeup artists. I also do public relations. So I do a lot of networking for corporations, nonprofits, pen-up groups, helping out as much as I can. And so some of us really do put into the community more, and I love it. And that's why I tell people, hey, if you want to get into Pinup, please do. It is such an amazing community. We're very diverse, very loving, very empowering. Over the weekend, I was down at the Watermelon Festival out in LA. I was one of the judges for the Pinup contest, and my husband had to do a lot of the photography. And I'm really proud that he actually has gotten really good, because he captured a moment when the first runner-up and the queen gave a hug to each other. It was just a very inspirational moment that just showed how in our community, this is why we are pushing so much for what we do, because that love and that just sincerity was just magnitude within this photo of the whole Pinup community and why we are who we are. We do support each other. It's like, we have that retro look and the whole aesthetic of it, but we do not live in the 1950s, honey. A lot of us are very strong, dominant women that we, stand on our own 2 feet, and we are very outspoken. Especially when it comes to nonprofit work and social issues. I know for myself, I fight a lot for immigration, for LGBTQ rights and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the things that I tell people is like, find your niche, find who your people are, find your group, and, really just watch how your career grows and how it just keeps going, because so many of us we just support you. And that's one of the things like I kind of want to tell people is just, get into it. It's you could be a baby pinup and you don't know anything about it, and find your people, and they're going to help you. They're going to show you, and before you know it, you're going to find your own niche. Everybody goes, oh, what's your favorite pinup look? And I'm like, I'm more of a Lucille. I dress a lot more the homemaker, but I do have my gothic side. I do have my rockabilly side. I do, there's so many different cliches within the pinup community that you could do. Yes, do I have very sexualized photos? Sure, I do. I'm gorgeous. I know that I am. But it took me over 40 something years to figure that out. It wasn't something that I figured out recently. I could tell you, I went on Instagram. I posted a video of a gentleman giving me a army hat, and for some reason, it went viral, and I got hated on for my arms. And I'm like, do you see my traps? Like, I've been building a lot of muscle, but people wanted to tease me about how big my arms are. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I've got big arms. Do I care? No, I don't. I have a disability. I've been disabled for years. But I'm going to the gym and I work. I have to build muscle in order to save my life. And people don't understand that. And it's like, but that's one of the things that I love to empower other women. It's like pinup is not about size. It's not about color. It's not about shape. It's not about anything. It literally is. We're so diverse. So if it's like, if you're really interested in doing it, do it. People are out there to help you. I make clothes for people. So if you don't have it or you can't afford it, reach out. I'm probably sure I got some fabric that I have because I had a really good relationship with Joann's for the longest time, but I still collect a lot of fabric, and I'll tell you, I make skirts all the time for girls. So I think that it's just reach out and do it. Empower yourself, make yourself up beautiful. That's what we all do.
All right, we've heard that answer before from some of our pinup girls. Just do it, and we have sometimes made a little meme of like Nike, like pinup, just
Right.
do it, like
Just do it.
on a swoosh, Right,
it's like, what? It doesn't matter what size you are, what color you are, what color your eyes are, or how little your eyes are. If you could do makeup, if you can't do makeup, there's always somebody to help you out. There's always somebody to kind of show you the way, and you create yourself as you go. I know that my name technically, and since you kind of know a lot about the stuff, where do you think my name came from?
Where do I think your name came from?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I've got quite a few of the tattoos of this person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So since you mentioned that you had a couple of tattoos, and I think also from your style of, like, I've heard of your music and everything and how you have like a vast array of that. I don't know. There's so many directions you can go with. Like,
oh, Mr. J. I'm a big Harley Quinn fan.
Oh, you're a Harley Quinn fan.
Harley Quinn.
That's good.
Harleen Quinzel.
That's good that you said that to me, because
I have quite a few tattoos. I have this one.
Oh yeah.
I've got it right. Ooh, let me see if I can actually show it. I've got it right here. I've also got a huge piece with Mr. J.
Oh.
So I've been a Harley Quinn fan since 1993. I've got quite a few of the collection. I've got boxes and boxes of collection, but I was a Harley Quinn fan. I was married to somebody who was domestically violent. He was Mr. J. Okay. And so when I got a divorce, I decided I wasn't going to change who I was, but I was going to go back to who I was growing up. I was very gothic in the 80s and 90s, and I was like, why am I not going to change? I love everything. Unfortunately, I've lost 90% of my family to death. So gothic, being in a cemetery and everything darkened to me, it really is just a passion of mine, which is really funny because I do not like horror movies whatsoever. I'm a Disney girl. I'm so friendly and family, whatever. And so I decided to gothic. And then the 8 comes from my tattoo right here. There is the 8 or the infinity.
Okay.
So right before my older sister passed away, her heart is the one upside down. She was always the bad sister. My heart is upside up because I was always a good sister. And the one that intertwined us was the affinity or the 8. And so I was always I'm never going to change who I am for anybody else. And I did try to change myself so much to match my ex-husband. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to change anymore. I'm going to be me. And so I did the 8. So it's gothic. Quinn, and then Quinn is from the Harley Quinn. And everybody knows that I'm a big Harley fan because some of my dear friends call me Harley because I've been a Harley, that's who I was for many, many years. I was Harley. But now people call me Gothic or they call me Dread. So it's kind of funny because I'm a big comic book fan. I've got one of the first Superman comics from Action Comics. So people look at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm a big comic book fan. My cousin got me on it many, many, many years ago. I think we were in the 80s. And so I've got a vast collection. Some are very pristine, and I don't let anybody even look at it. Because I'm like, no, 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 don't look. But so I've loved everything about comics and what they can do, and I draw and paint, so I do a lot of that. But really interesting where my name came from, and I just refuse to change it, and I love it. It's just become the other part of my identity. And then I use it, like I said, to do social networking along with advocating for social causes.
Oh, then I think that that's great. And I'm just going to have to wrap it up because Zaza is coming on next. So, everyone, take care. Thanks for supporting Dan-A-Plooza and have a good night.